Dune has finally dropped, and Dune 2 has been confirmed.
Hayden Christensen has returned for the Ahsoka series.
First reactions for Eternals are not great.
And finally, Toby and Andrew are confirmed for Spider-Man Far From Home. Jacob Bay.
Get out of my Jacob Bay.
Jacob Bay Sizemore.
Yeah, Jacob Bay Sizemore.
Pow, bang, bang, pow.
Yeah, so like I go from indie movies like, why can I just blow up every character in my movie?
Basically, there's gonna be car crashes and guns going off.
All of a sudden, Optimus Prime comes out of the woodwork.
Hello, Zillow Boys podcast.
We don't have the budget to make an Optimus Prime, so we just have like a toy version in the background, like walking over and stop motion Optimus Prime.
Awesome.
It's like, hello, Peter.
I'd be down for that. So down for that.
Stop motion Optimus Prime. Let it happen. It's going to be the worst movie ever, along with the rest of the crap I've made. All right. Good morning. Hello. Hi there. You were listening to the Zillow Boys podcast. I'm Jacob, and that's Ernesto.
It's the man right here, baby. What's up?
We're the ones who are going to start stop motion Optimus Prime. Click the link below if you're actually interested.
We're going to get sued because we have no rights to him.
Okay, and the main topic of the day is Dune. Dune is out in theaters. Dune is released in HBO Max, so check it out on HBO Max if you have it, but definitely go to theaters if you haven't seen it, because my goodness, this movie is, of all movies that come out this year, this is the movie you need to see in theaters. This is the movie you get out of your house and go see it, because my goodness, it looks awesome. And also, like, the bigger news today is that Dune 2 has been confirmed. Here's the worry that everybody had after seeing this movie. Dune 2 was not confirmed all throughout the process of Dune coming out into theaters because it was a Denis Villeneuve movie, and it's Denis Villeneuve movies are not exactly the most box office explosive movies, because Blade Runner 2049, for it being a great movie, was not a big hit at the box office. In fact, it bombed. I don't know how Sicario and the other ones did. I think Prisoners did okay for like indie films.
Sicario?
He did Sicario.
The first one?
The first one. He didn't do the sequel, but he did the first one.
What? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's freaking awesome.
Wow.
So
I love that movie, dude.
It's so good. So I don't know how those movies did box office. I think Sicario did pretty good because it got a freaking sequel.
It was cheap, though. It was like 20-30 million. So
right. And like I know a lot of people like say like these smaller movies are cheap, but like they're not really cheap. They're still backed by a big studio, but they're cheaper than like this movie.
I mean, $30 million is not. It's a lot of It's a lot of effing money, but it's not as much as $200 million. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Right. But anyway, like his movies tend to be a little more slow, a little more meditative, and I was worried going in the theater because it was opening weekend, and I went to go see it in the theater, and it was me and 3 other people.
That was it.
And that was it. Like, oh crap, this movie's going to bomb. But it got 40, and like the projections came out this weekend. It got $40 million opening weekend. It's the highest grossing for Warner Bros. In the pandemic.
And it smashed it on HBO Max. Like it's got more downloads than this Zack Snyder cut.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it's like
wow,
it's a lot, man.
Okay,
so maybe that's why they greenlit it, because they did so much business with HBO Max. And
all right,
I watched it Thursday on HBO Max, and I'm not gonna lie, I have to go see this in the theater because. Even though my TV's, 4K and all that, and it wasn't the same. I needed to hear all of it, dude, like all the sound. I couldn't get my sound to
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I was like, just Hans Zimmer score, man. I was like, whoa, dude, I have to watch this in theater, man. There's no substitution.
Yeah, this movie is above anyone else. I'd say Green Knight is probably the closest it comes to being like a experience.
Right.
But this movie legitimately is an experience. Like, this has the best world building that I've seen in freaking years. Like, you get so into this world and so invested into this world, and the characters, all the characters are fleshed out.
Yeah,
and and like 3-dimensional, and you care about every single one of them, and every single one of them has their character traits for however long they're in their movie. Everyone plays an important part. And it's so freaking good. He does such a great job of directing it. I'd say the only issue, and people have to know this going in, is that it is a part 1 of 2, and it's an incomplete movie.
And even says it when first the credits come out, Dune Part 1. So, I mean...
Yeah. But they don't advertise it like that. They don't advertise it as Dune Part 1. They advertise it as Dune.
Yeah.
Like, the complete experience. But people, when they came in...
Because, like, the old movie was, like, all the books smashed into one movie.
Yeah.
So that's why, like, it was... there's so much going on in the movie. This one, they give it time to breathe and, like you say, story build and world build, and you kind of figure out what's going on. Like I went into the movie thinking like my bar very low. Like I might like this movie, I might not. It looks really good, but I ended up really liking it, man. And it was crazy. So like everything from the set to the costumes to the special effects, the ships look different. I mean, it was like totally something that it was its own. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen anything like that, man. Like you watch a film and like, oh, this kind of looks like Lord of the Rings, or they're trying to be like Star Wars. No, this is their own thing. This is
100%.
Yeah, so I really liked that. I dug it a lot, man.
I think that's the best way to describe this movie. Like it feels like it's its own thing. And I know the marketing is saying like this is the new Star Wars and this is the new Lord of the Rings.
It's not.
It's like where I can differentiate Star Wars and Lord of the Rings as two different mediums, but great in their own right. I can definitely separate this from Star Wars and Lord of the Rings and say Dune is its own thing. It is a very slow movie. It's a very meditative movie, but you get like I said, you get to feel the world around you, and everything just looks so freaking massive. It
kind of felt. I'm not saying exactly, but it kind of had like a little bit of Game of Thrones vibe to me.
It kind of did because
different houses and different families trying to control different things, and they're making allies and breaking bonds, and it's very very Game of Thronesy.
Betraying everybody is like, it's so freaking good.
Yeah. I mean. And all the actors did really well in this movie. Like you would think that, because some actors don't have enough time as others that they wouldn't, they would be wasted, but they really weren't, man. I don't think there was one that was wasted, dude. Everyone was fleshed out, man. Like Steven Skellensgard, whatever, his bad guy was Baron. Oh man, he was just like he didn't have all those like blisters and crap on his face like the original, but he was still just as creepy, man. Like.
You see him in the trailers, and he's like rising up out of his chair, and like originally I thought, like, is he like a long snake or something? Like, what is that? But apparently, like in the movie, like he's just floating, and like part of me is like, it looks creepy, but it's also kind of funny because he's so chubby and he's chub nuts, and I'm like, is he a balloon? Is he full of helium? Nuts, like what's happening?
No, he's in a fat suit. But
I know he's in a fat suit.
I think he's like in a anti-gravity suit or something. I don't know.
Okay,
man.
It has to be because he's just so freaking chubby.
My favorite character was Oscar Isaacs, man. I'm
not
gonna say what happens to him, but
man,
just the time he has on screen, his presence is just so regal, man. Like he looks like a king, dude. He walks and talks. I mean, he was really good, man. Yeah. So
and like I can't remember her name for the life of me, but she was in Mission Impossible, and she's very much used to playing the kick butt lady character. But she was in this movie as well as Timothée Chalamet's mother and Oscar Isaac's wife. She was freaking. She was kind of the heart of this movie in a lot of ways.
Creepy as hell too, man.
She's not really. She's creepy. The people she serves are very creepy.
She was in that Stephen King movie. What was it called?
Oh, Dr. Sleep. She played the villain.
Yeah, she played the villain. Yeah,
that's the movie she plays. She's creepy in.
Yeah, oh
because
my God.
Spoiler alert, she murders a kid.
And I just heard,
which is why I had to stop that movie halfway through. It's like, I gotta get past this crap. Like, all right, brave on through.
But I mean, she's one of the hearts of the movie, but she's just so like. At first, she's creepy too. I don't know, man. I got a creepy vibe from her, dude. And Timothée Chalamet did really good too, man.
I used to hate Timothée Chalamet. It was like, you just look like a punk kid. But the more like I saw it, because I saw him in Little Women, and like I love that movie. It's freaking great. And he was in a few other movies. He was in King on Netflix, which is a freaking great movie. Go check that out.
That was a badass movie.
But
sure.
he has proven himself to be one of the most talented young actors. He's kind of like a Ryan Reynolds type.
No.
Yeah,
he's a better actor than Ryan Reynolds.
What?
Ryan Reynolds is like I'm Ryan Reynolds, you know?
Oh, no, I mean, what is it? Ryan Gosling.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
I was like, really? He's just like Ryan Reynolds?
No. I'm sorry.
I would compare him, honestly, I would compare him to like a young Leonardo DiCaprio. I really would, dude. Like, I see him.
That makes sense.
I see him going up. I watched What's Eating Gilbert Grape again this weekend.
Oh, man.
Where he plays a mentally ill person.
Yeah.
He's just real skinny and lengthy before he starts to put on the mask. I can see Chalamet going up that same path, man. Just taking the right part, just little by little, and then really get into his groove, man.
Well, let's see what happens because he's playing Willy Wonka next.
I don't know about that one though, man.
That seems rough. I don't even think he can save that one. Like, I don't know.
It's gonna be a musical, so I hope he can sing.
It's a musical?
Yeah, it's supposed to be a musical.
I don't even think that emo kid can sing.
I think it should have been Charlie Day. I'm sorry. I don't know. I think it could be really creepy.
No.
Yeah, man. I don't know.
He can't be Charlie Day. He's
Yeah.
homeless.
Exactly. I don't know, man. I just think you got to think out of the box, man. And he's an awesome musician. Like all the music on It's Always Sunny, he makes all the music, and he's very talented. And he just needs something to sink his teeth into, man. You know?
I'm not saying that he's not talented. He's more talented than I'll ever be, but not as Wonka. In fact, no one is Wonka. Why are we doing this movie?
Never mind.
Screw that.
Back to Dune. Back to Dune. Sorry.
Cut that out.
Back to Dune.
So anyway, when I was in the theater and there was no one there, and I was saying, it's a slow, meditative movie, which I was fine with. I was fine that I got sucked into this world, but as soon as it started to be that kind of movie, be the traditional Denis Villeneuve way movie, I'm like, it's not going to make anything, and we're not going to get a part 2. But boom, we got a part 2, and it's
I watched it with Asa, one of our followers, one of our friends and coworkers, and
he subscribed to us during a watch party.
I think he read the book, man, because he was talking all this stuff that they weren't. And I was like, okay, so he might actually have a higher bar than me. And then after the movie, I was like, what'd you think? It was effing amazing, bro. I loved it. So, so I mean, I think it's something. And then also my coworker David Wood. What's up, Dave? Big Dave. He's been talking about this Dune movie like forever, and then he finally went to go watch this weekend. And I said, so what do you think? I effing loved it, man. I was like, well, that's good, man. It's good for the people who are fans of the book, man. Mm-hmm. That's because those are the ones that are going to come back and watch it again and buy the DVD and this, it's got, and the fans are taking, heart to it. So that's a really good sign, man.
And I'll say, I don't know anything about Dune. I didn't read the book. I don't really know anything about it. But I will say, the book is, everyone has said the book is super detailed. There's an epilogue that you need to read first before you're how you can skip epilogues in books? You can't skip this epilogue in the book because there's terms that you need to understand. If you don't understand them, you're not going to understand the book. So it's hard to get through, and it's very detailed. And the biggest issue with this is how can you bring that such detail into this world and have people understand it? And I just think for the fact that it's a part 1 of 2 and that Denis Villeneuve had time to explain it and time to get people immersed, it's such a good job with it. And
part 2 is going to be freaking amazing, G. Part 2 is going to be badass, man.
Part 2 is just going to be it's going to be like the Harry Potter Deathly Hallows part 2 of the Harry Potter movies. It's just going to be a war. It's just going to be an all-out fight.
Yeah.
And it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be badass, man. Even I went to see Javier Bardem get some more time. He was creepy and badass too. And,
I guess that's my only complaint. He didn't get a lot of room to shine. He got 2 scenes in the movie.
But still, those 2 scenes were pretty. I didn't even recognize him at first. Who's this guy? Holy cow, that's Javier Bardem.
Took off his mask hey, my guy.
And then Jason Momoa was really badass in this movie. Batista was badass.
Josh Brolin
was badass.
My best friend, Josh Brolin.
Yeah, so... Yeah, I can't wait to see part 2, man. I'm very happy that this movie was good. Because this was the movie of the year that people were looking. This is going to be the blockbuster.
Definitely.
Yeah, this is going to be the artsy fartsy blockbuster movie that everyone's going to get. I
mean, it's artsy fartsy, but it's still it's artsy fartsy in a good way.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, in a good way.
Yeah, there are some crappy artsy fartsy movies. What is it? Midsummer sucks. I don't care who said Midsummer is a pile of crap, and I will fight anyone who says
I've never
otherwise.
seen a lot of people like that movie.
It is balls.
Okay, well
that's
my co-host opinion. Not everyone's
balls.
Opinion. Now I don't know. I'm Switzerland on this one, so I don't know.
Hereditary's not bad, but Midsummer's balls.
So it was a good movie.
Very good movie. Highly recommend. Go see it.
Give
this movie your money right now.
And I'm happy that we're getting a part 2, honestly, man.
Thank God,
this
honestly.
is cool, man.
All right, next topic of the day, Anakin Skywalker, or Hayden Christensen, has been confirmed for the Ahsoka series.
Oh, my God. This is nuts, man.
So this, for everyone who doesn't know, Ahsoka was in The Mandalorian, and The Mandalorian takes place after Return of the Jedi. So after the events of Return of the Jedi, Ahsoka's still around, and she's still doing things. She's apparently going after Thrawn, and now we have confirmation that Anakin Skywalker is going to be appearing in this.
Hayden Christensen.
Well, Hayden Christensen is going to be appearing. Now, this could be one of 2 ways he could be appearing. He could be appearing as a Force ghost to her, or he could be appearing in a flashback as Anakin Skywalker, her old master, which I feel like they're going to do Force ghosts.
I think they might do both.
Well,
maybe the flashbacks lead to him coming to her as a Force ghost.
Yeah. But that means they'd also have to cast a young Ahsoka as well.
That too. I think they're probably going to do that.
Right.
Because if it's like a Clone Wars flashback or something like that, it's gonna have to have a young one.
I'm a little worried about that because I think the reason why Rosario Dawson did really well as Ahsoka is because she was an older Ahsoka, and because she didn't look like Ahsoka when we last left her off. Even in the Rebels, she didn't look like how we last left her off. She was an older Ahsoka, and we can understand that. But casting Ahsoka as she was in the Clone Wars, I'm a little worried about that.
I just want to hear him call her Snips.
Yeah.
Like, cause, I mean, I don't know, man. Like you were saying, like maybe it's a bad idea. You were saying maybe you're not digging it. But I was saying, like, Filoni's the one that reprieved Anakin Skywalker for a lot of people. Mm-hmm. Like, before the Clone Wars came out, it was just, Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith is the only Anakin we got.
Yeah.
Or the only, Hayden Christensen we got. And he got redeemed in the Clone Wars. That's where I fell in love with Anakin, man, was in the Clone Wars, because we got to see everything about him, dude. The warrior, the his anger, his love, his passion, him as a teacher, as a brother, as a student. I mean, everything. We got to see so much Anakin. So for him to be in the show, I don't think it's going to be just a little bit. I think it's not going to be a lot, but it's going to be a good chunk of Anakin and also Darth Vader in this too, man.
Mm-hmm. And to be clear, like I'm totally fine. I'm totally down for this. Any reason to see Darth Vader / Anakin Skywalker, I'm totally fine with. And personally, I really liked Hayden Christensen in Revenge of the Sith. I think he did a good job.
I do too.
Attack of the Clones, not so much. I think they were like figuring out a few things there and didn't really nail Anakin Skywalker in the best way possible. But Revenge of the Sith, in my personal opinion, I think he did a good job. Once again, fight me in the comments down below if you want to, or don't. Don't do whatever you want.
What? That he did a good job?
I think he did a good job.
I think he did. I just think that was the word.
Well, the writing wasn't that great.
That was, oh my God, that's horrible.
What was it? Mace Windu, Samuel Jackson,
went out like
veteran
a punk.
actor, but he did go out punk, but he still had George Lucas's kind of meh writing in there.
And Kit Fisto went out like a punk. I couldn't believe that, man.
What is it? Plo Koon went out like a punk.
Yeah, man. Like all these generals went out like, man.
You got to see. Well, we didn't even know them in Revenge of the Sith. Like, it's alien face guy numbered 5 who can't kill. But in the Clone Wars, like, these are people.
These are really dope ass like warriors. Like how did they go down so fast? You know? So
like these guys, these like Jedi masters who are going up against Emperor, they're like killed instantly, except for Mace Windu.
Because I can like see Ahsoka going through something and then looking, like closing her eyes and meditating and going back to her teachings from Anakin, and maybe him de-age and like just like take heart, little one. This is because he gives her good lessons throughout the Clone Wars, man, and she learns a lot through him, and not through her, just him, but from Obi-Wan and Yoda. Like she was taught by everybody, So I'm really excited. This is really good news for me, man. Like this is making me like so excited for this show now. Like my hypeness has gone from okay to like out the roof now.
Yeah.
It's just like Obi-Wan when they said they were going to bring him back and they're going to have a Obi-Wan versus Vader Part 3. That's just...
This feels like, in a way where the sequel trilogy wasn't really... It feels like this is extending on stories or expanding on stories that we know of. Like the story with Ahsoka and Anakin, where they just left off with Ahsoka thinking that he died as Darth Vader, because if you remember in The Mandalorian, she assumed that Darth Vader died evil and he was never redeemed as Anakin Skywalker. Now we're picking up this story where he can definitely like reveal himself to her as a Force ghost and say, "Hey, Snips, I'm back. I'm redeemed, and I'm a Force ghost." And she's like, "What?" And he can like talk to her, and he can fill her in, and
or even
stuff
or
like that.
Maybe where she's at her most desperate times and needs help, he comes out of nowhere that would be so badass,
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
and he could do because Luke is in this series, and they can do things with Luke, and hopefully they do better with like the facial effects.
Dude, they're gonna have Thrawn, they're gonna have Ezra, they're gonna have Sabine. This is going to be a pretty crazy show, man.
This is going to be an awesome show. And probably Baby Yoda in it.
It's going to be pretty epic. Oh, yeah, I didn't even think about that. He could be in it, too.
Mm-hmm.
This could be a pretty epic show, man.
And what was it? Rex is still alive.
That's true.
So he could be in it.
He could be in it, too.
Never know. Well, actually, I don't know if he's alive in The Mandalorian.
Because he ages fast, so he's probably...
That's true. But he's confirmed to be like that, like white-bearded dude in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
That's him in the movie. But I don't know if he's alive in the events of The Mandalorian. I don't know. We'll have to see.
We'll have to see, yeah.
He may not be in it. I don't know.
But I'm super stoked for this. It's amazing news, and I know Star Wars fans across the board are going crazy.
Oh, yeah. But I find it kind of ironic when the prequels came out, the fact that a lot of people were trashing Hayden Christensen, a lot of things about the prequels, rightfully so in some areas, but again, in Revenge of the Sith, I think he did a good thing. And because of a lot of the hatred that the sequels have been getting, Hayden Christensen is now like considered like, all right, well,
yeah, he's not as bad as Ray. He's not as bad as Ray.
He conveyed more emotion.
And plus, man, like when he got the job, he didn't act a lot. He didn't have a lot of acting jobs before he got there.
Well, he did, and I've actually seen like some of the movies that he's done and some of the things that he's done. He's actually a pretty good actor.
Yeah, I saw Life as a House. That was pretty good.
Yeah. He's an underrated actor, and I think he does a really good job. I just think the way he does some things is maybe not as appealing, and I definitely think he was a whiny character in Attack of the Clones. But again, that's mostly due to the fact of the way he was written by George Lucas. And again, I love George Lucas. He's a great guy. Thank you for giving us Star Wars, but no one can deny that the writing in some of those movies is not that great. But I will always praise him for Revenge of the Sith, and I am very happy that he's back in this and also the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. So.
I can't wait to. They wrap production, and I can't wait to see just something. I don't know.
Please,
a teaser behind the scenes. I don't know, man.
Give me homeless Obi-Wan Kenobi with a beard or something.
Oh God, for real. Just walking around Tatooine, like
dragging Darth Maul's head or something.
No, just shopping for groceries. Trading for technology. Just keep it under the radar. You know what I'm saying?
Getting a debit card.
Yeah, getting a debit card. Opening a Zelly account. Starting a Facebook or TikTok.
Obi-Wan becomes an influencer.
All right.
Hey guys, if you want to be a fallen Jedi, here are my top 10 tips for surviving nowadays.
All right, next subject.
That's how Darth Vader finds him. He looks on his influencer account. That's so stupid. What's the next topic? Holy crap. Eternals reviews have come out. They're not great.
Yeah, the embargo lifted yesterday or today.
I think today. Sure. Yeah. Probably today. And all the reviews are average. They're not average at best. Yeah, they're not bad. They're not great. They're not great. They're not great.
They're just saying this is a real long movie, and it's. I mean, I didn't know they had 18 characters they're trying to introduce in this movie.
Yeah,
that's a lot of characters, man. I didn't realize that, man.
I think the biggest problem that people are having with this is that usually Marvel movies revolve around one central character.
Right.
And this movie feels, number one, crowded, but it also you won't get invested with these same characters like you do with every other character because it tries to cram in so many characters. And that's one of the criticisms that people are having with this movie.
Well, Guardians of the Galaxy 1 had 5, but James Gunn knows how to write people like that, though. He has a knack for writing.
Yeah.
Like starting a character, and by end of the movie, you feeling for this character.
Yeah,
he just has an act for that, and I don't know. Maybe Zoe, what's her name? Zoe Chow.
The one who did the best picture of last year.
Yeah,
I forget her name. She's a talented director, and apparently this movie is like visually really really good, and like I think that's the one praise I've actually heard about this movie, that it's well directed, and Zoe, whatever her face is, does a really good job. I'm gonna figure out her name real quick. You didn't know it either.
I don't know it either. I'm just laughing because we don't know names, man.
We don't know things.
What's the director's name?
Zoe. Wow, I'm not pronouncing that. Nope.
No, it's not. Zoe. Chloe.
Oh, it's Chloe.
Chloe Zhao.
Okay.
Chloe Zhao.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna give it time to breathe. It hasn't even been out yet, so I'm gonna try and listen to some word of mouth before I make a decision on it.
Yeah. I think it's kind of upsetting because apparently, according to some people, this movie tries different things than Marvel movies, but it doesn't quite hit the mark.
Man, it's just such a gamble these days, man. Like people want something different, but when they get something different, they're like, "That's not what we want."
Well, I also think it's the writer's problem, because I've seen like treatments for like the sequel, like I'm going back to Star Wars again, the sequel trilogy, of like so many like treatments of other people that have like rewritten things about these movies and like completely rewritten stories, and like those stories are really really interesting and really really good. So I think it's entirely a writer's standpoint, and maybe it's like an imagination thing in Hollywood. We're kind of running dry on like pure imagination and pure like and I don't know. And maybe it's because of that Marvel has been complacent with the formula, or maybe it's the woke culture. I don't know, but it's definitely something that the writers have an issue with. I don't know. I feel like that's the main thing.
The writers,
writers and the story. And not that I'm like a great writer or anything. I'm not great, but I feel like that's the core of a lot of the issues that the Marvel movies have. It's very formulaic, and anytime they go away from that formula, it doesn't work. Aside from Thor Ragnarok and Guardians of the Galaxy.
I'm surprised they haven't used the writers from Infinity War and Endgame, McFeely and the other guy. Those guys are really good storytellers, man.
Yeah,
because they did Winter Soldier. Civil War, and then the last two.
Yeah.
And all four of those are really good.
Yeah,
man.
those are like top tier Marvel movies, and like Winter Soldier is still like considered like one of the best, and so was Infinity War.
You would think that you would keep those writers on retainer, like, hey guys, we don't.
Well, you would think.
I don't want you guys to go anywhere because you've written these dope movies, so
they're
like,
pretty great.
I don't know. Maybe they just got tired of writing Marvel. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
But no, some people really like this movie, and I guess it just depends on the person, man. Like Dune, we were talking about. Dune was really epic in scale, and it was a slow burn, but it was amazing, you know.
Yeah.
But it also wasn't a Marvel movie, so it doesn't.
Not at all.
Yeah, so it doesn't have to check any boxes. It can be its own thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know, man.
There are movies and I'll go back to Green Knight again because I praised it on the show several times, and it definitely deserves that praise. That movie is wholly original, even though it's going off of an Arthurian legend.
Right.
It takes that Arthurian legend into completely different directions where you never thought it would actually go, but it still stays true to the original story. So there are like intelligent and like creative writers that are out there. It just seems to be like it's not in the studio system. The studio is very interested in formulaic stuff because it's proven to sell money. Marvel movies make a lot of money because they're very formulaic. Save for like a few of them. Infinity War, I'd probably say is different because it's
I would say
only plus.
I would say Black Panther's different.
No, Black Panther still has the formula. I'm not saying it's a bad movie. I think it's a good movie, but it's still definitely formulaic. Especially near the ending, where I don't think the third act is really good at all. With the fight between the main villain and T'Challa. The only thing
CGI was really bad.
The only thing I'd say is good about the ending is when the main bad guy dies. I forgot his name. What's his name? Michael B. Jordan's character he plays, Killmonger.
Killmonger.
Yeah, when he dies, like that's a pretty good scene. That's a pretty good ending to his character.
Oh, where he's on the ridge with his cousin and he's dying and the sunset and all that.
Yeah,
and they're talking.
Black Panther just like lets him watch the sunset before he dies.
That was pretty dope. Yeah,
that was pretty good, and it's a pretty good movie, but it still has that formula. And where Shang-Chi, I still really like that movie, and it really surprised me with how good that movie was. It definitely saw the Marvel formula as well. So and Black Widow was just the Marvel formula.
I guess we'll have to see these are early reactions, and we'll have to see how word of mouth is the one that's going to sell this movie.
Definitely,
because people don't really listen to the reviews; they go see it for themselves.
Yeah,
it's we didn't mean to bring this up, but like Ghostbusters Afterlife, like people are really loving this movie.
Yeah.
And then the critics are really hating this movie. You know what I'm saying?
Is that the case, really?
Yeah, it's the case. They're saying they're just dogging it, man.
Ugh.
So, but the fans love this movie. The ones that have seen it, and I can't wait to go see that movie, dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll definitely. Well, we'll talk about movies that are critically that's a good subject in and of itself. Like movies that critics really like, but audiences like really freaking hate, but. Movies that audiences really like.
Vice versa.
Vice
too,
versa.
Man. Yeah.
There's a crap ton of those out there. I'd bring up like Pirates of the Caribbean 3, and personally, I think that movie is freaking amazing. But it's got like a 43% on Rotten Tomatoes.
At World's End?
100%.
I thought you said Stranger Tide was better. The best.
No way. Stranger Tides blows.
Really?
Blows
I like
chunks.
Stranger Tides. I like the Black Pearl. That's my favorite one.
Black Pearl. Well, the first one is like widely considered the best. I think my favorite is the second one, and I still really like the third one.
That's on Stranger Tides, man.
That's not. It's
the second one.
No, it's not. It's Dead Man's Chest.
Oh, that's right. Dead Man's Chest.
Stranger Tides is the third one.
Oh my god, I'm sorry, man. There's so many movies out there. So many. Okay.
What do you think?
Stranger Tide is when they're looking for the Fountain of Youth. Right?
Yeah, it's Blackbeard.
Yeah,
that one was, and the other one that came after that was even worse.
I thought that one was better than that one. The Dead Man Tells No
Tales. Oh, it's because you have bad taste.
Nah, you have bad taste.
I can't taste very well.
I know you can't. You wear nothing but V-necks.
Anyways, true. I really don't.
So, anyways,
you're kind of right.
Eternals, man. Go see it for yourself, man. I mean,
we'll see what happens. Maybe it'll be like a Shang-Chi thing where I didn't have high expectations, but it turned out to be really good.
I'm just upset because they haven't showed anything of Kit Harington's character.
Who's Kit Harington?
Jon Snow.
Oh, he has such a small part in that movie.
I hope not, because he's supposed to be like this dope, warrior guy with his awesome sword.
Jon Snow's brother plays like Superman.
Yeah, Robert Madden.
Yeah,
Rob Stark.
Yeah,
All right, got the two Starks in there.
Watch the Red Wedding, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't watched Game of Thrones, you don't know what the Red Wedding is. Like, just get to season 4 and get to that point.
No, watch Battle of the Bastards.
Well, that Battle of the Bastards is after the Red Wedding. You have to get past the Red Wedding first. You can just watch Game of Thrones.
Just watch Game of Thrones.
Up to the 6th season and stop.
And then stop.
Don't watch the ending. It's not great.
Okay, next subject.
Next up. Oh, my gosh. Next subject. Finally.
Finally, The Rock has come.
Sony has finally confirmed Toby and Andrew in Spider-Man No Way Home.
Finally, we can stop beating around the bush.
Finally, they can stop lying.
Yeah, they stop lying, and you're in it, and just deal with it.
Oh, I'm not in the movie. Like, we have set photos of you in the movie.
Those are copies. Those are photoshopped. Come on, man. I guess they were held to the truth. Like, hey, you can't tell nobody.
Right.
Everyone knows, but shut up. Don't say nothing. Mm-hmm. And so finally, somebody's like, we're gonna just let the cat out of the bag. Yeah, they're in it. They're in it.
I think like Marvel cannot, like, as much as Marvel has stayed relatively consistent, they're not as good as keeping secrets as Star Wars. Star Wars keeps their secrets pretty well.
Yeah.
And like we know nothing about Obi-Wan Kenobi series, and it's coming out pretty soon. But I know quite a bit about Spider-Man Far From Home, and there's a lot of set photos that have been leaked, a lot of this stuff that has been leaked. So Marvel's not good as keeping secrets as
because
Star Wars is.
I think Star Wars was they were filming on a closed set.
Shouldn't Marvel be doing that too?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't know. Like enclosed into like a sound stage. And I don't think Spider-Man was like that.
You just mean indoors? So every indoor set is an enclosed set?
Yeah, because that's what delayed The Mandalorian Season 3 is that Obi-Wan was using that StarCraft stage so much that they couldn't let... Yeah, so I don't know.
Okay.
Like, I only seen one set photo of Obi-Wan. That was him in his costume.
Was there a set photo? I didn't even see that one.
It was just him in his Obi-Wan costume.
Okay.
Ewan McGregor. That was all I seen.
Okay.
But he wasn't wearing his stormtrooper armor. That's what I can't wait to see either.
I'm interested in that, but we're not talking about that.
That's right. We're talking about
these two losers in the movie, Toby.
Oh
and Andrew.
man, why you say losers, man?
Because I call you a loser.
That's
I call
true.
you the worst things.
Yeah, that's right.
You're not.
I would say I'm hyped, man. I want to see the trailer with. I don't know. Would you want to see? Do you want to see a trailer with both of them in it?
Well, I think we all know they're going to be in the movie. You might as well show them,
or just wait.
Hey, here's the thing. I think this movie's a little different than other movies. Where, like, remember when, like, Star Wars, the original, not the original movies, but when the sequel trilogy came out, before everyone started to realize it was crappy, they did a really good job with the trailers because they kept it vague.
Right.
And I think that because none of us wanted to be spoiled on, like, what came next.
Right.
I think this is a little different. I don't think Marvel's the same. I think some stuff you can show, and I don't think you need to necessarily hide some things. Like, everyone knows that Andrew and Toby were going to be in the movie before they even confirmed it. Show us what we want.
Man, people are going to go watch Star Wars because it's been 10 years since they've seen a Star Wars movie, so the butts are going to be in the seats.
Yeah, definitely.
This one, people are still probably a little bit on the fence, so they want to get their money, dude. Because, I mean, Shang-Chi is successful, but like we said, it didn't make that much money. Eternals... If it's successful, probably make around the same.
Yeah.
They want to make some money on this movie, dude.
Yeah.
So I think they'll have the last trailer. They won't show a lot of them, but they'll show them in their suits, though. I think so.
It makes me kind of interested because they did reveal Alfred Molina as Dr. Octopus. So we'll see, like, what other... And there's been said photos of, like, Jamie Foxx as Electro and... who else? I don't know. Someone. Willem Dafoe as Green Goblin.
Oh man!
So
can't wait. Dude.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
I also want to see them in the trailer, not just the Spider-Man, but
we saw some like dinkies. That we saw some electricity, we saw some sand, and we saw some bombs, but we didn't see the actual characters.
But I want to see them though.
And we'll
see Venom. Venom's going to be in it now since he was in the post-credit scene.
Whatever, man. That guy.
I want to eat Spider-Man, but which one?
Licks the screen. Venom is a pedophile. Spider-Man's a minor. He's licking the screen, man. All right, we're getting off that topic because that's going to get dark real quick. I'm just saying, it's true.
It got dark.
But yeah, there's nothing else I can really say about that. That's pretty much it.
Oh, and there's one. So what do you think? You're cool with them finally saying legitimately saying that they're in it now?
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I think they should have done it a long time ago because, like I said, everyone knew. All you see is fan art online of Toby Maguire and Andrew Garfield in the Spider-Man movie. Like, everyone knows they're going to be in it.
I can't wait to see them fight as a team together.
That's going to be, well, here's my biggest thing. What if they just have, a small ending cameo of them?
No, hell no.Ey're not going to pay Toby Maguire $20 million to just do a cameo. He is going to do something. Him and what you call it, they're going to do something.
I mean, they better, man. I would like to believe that Marvel's not that stupid, but Marvel can be that stupid.
I want to see some Into the Spider-Verse kind of action where they're all together doing teamwork and stuff, man. Because they're going to have to work as a team.
And the actual animated Miles Morales pops up. He's a cartoon. Hey, how's it going?
He's like, hola. Because he's Latino.
He does have a Latina mom. That's true.
And his last name is Latino. Morales is
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Hola!
Yeah.
No, I'm joking.
Hola, chica.
Hola, no, because I don't know.
There's no chica. Maybe Mary Jane is there somewhere. I don't know.
Okay.
Or maybe Gwen Stacy. Which one does Zendaya play again? I forget what she plays.
She's Mary Jane. She plays
Mary Jane? Okay.
Mary Jane Parker.
All right, gotcha. All right, next topic. Wait, I lost my topic. Wait.
I got it. Next topic. So it came out last week.
Yep.
That Indiana Jones 6 or 5 is going to be delayed a year now.
I don't care.
Really? Yeah.
I don't really care.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. He's 6,000 years old.
Yeah.
How are we going to... How is he going to be Indiana Jones? How? I don't understand. He can't use the whip. I don't think he can barely do this because he's going to throw out his back.
He's got so many stunt doubles to do so many different things.
Yeah. How old are the stunt doubles? They're also 65 and can barely move.
Yeah, I think what it was a script leak. That dude from the internet, YouTube Doomcock.
Oh boy,
he released that they're gonna use time travel and that Stonehenge.
Oh my gosh, that's so stupid.
Stonehenge is gonna be like a time travel base or something, and
that's so stupid.
And then him and that chick that's in the movie, Phoebe Cates, whatever her name is, Phoebe Waller. I don't know.
Phoebe Waller, I think.
Yeah, but they go back in time, and every time they go back, she erases a little bit of Indiana Jones and races more until she's finally Indiana Jones. And the fans are just mad about this.
Oh,
man.
No way. That's horrendous.
You're going to put this dude in the movie and then just erase him. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I think even the last one wasn't good. The Crystal Skull.
Oh, no, that was a bad movie.
Yeah, I thought they should have stopped there, man, But
they should have stopped at Last Crusade. That was the perfect ending, and they kept going.
That was awesome.
No, Indiana Jones ends at Last Crusade. There is no sequel. It is just that.
And then, but Disney bought this property from Lucasfilm, and they want to make money off it. Of course. I thought they were going to reboot it with Chris Pratt, because I remember when he was filming Jurassic World. Yeah. And Spielberg was producing it. He was like, "This would be the perfect guy to be Indiana Jones." You know.
I think he would be, but I think Harrison Ford has the right mindset in saying that he has the right mindset in saying that he is Indiana Jones, and when he dies, Indiana Jones died. Yeah, I agree with that. I do. But also, you shouldn't be doing another movie because you are 6,000 years old and can barely move. You can't even.
And he's already hurt himself twice on set. Mm-hmm. I think he broke his arm and then dislocated his hip or something. But they had to stop production for a month. And then for another month, and I think he just got hurt again last week on set, man, before they stopped it. So.
Yeah, because like I said, he's 6,000 years old. He's an old man. Why are you making him do this?
I know these people, I forgot who it was, they were showing pictures of him online, oh, he looks great. Dude, he looks like he should be in a retirement home. Yeah. Watching, soap operas and something. just enjoying his life as an elderly man, not doing all this crazy stuff, man.
It's not like Daniel Craig, where Daniel Craig's older, but he can still, murder me.
He's in his 50s, right?
Daniel Craig, yeah, but he can he's like Tom Cruise 50s. Tom Cruise is jumping out of planes when he's 50 years old and still breaking bones, been walking off I don't care, I'm Tom Cruise, I'll do whatever I want because I'm insane.
Or Batista 50s and he looks like he bench pressed a bus. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I was kind of, what I'm thinking is what they're going to do, they're going to just redo the whole movie. Because I think Kathleen Kennedy, this is her job. Like if she messes this one
Oh
up,
my gosh, that makes sense.
if she messes this one up, she's
How
out. Dude.
does she still have a job? To be
I know,
honest
man,
with you,
but
this isn't even a feminist thing. I just don't. No one likes her because no one likes. Doesn't produce good stories.
yeah, I tell you, Joe Johnston should take over. Whatchamacallit.
Oh, 100%.
I think he would be an awesome person to steer Lucasfilm in the right direction, man.
Ah, man, I just think like with some areas you just don't need to. In like Indiana Jones, you should stop.
Yeah.
And like I can understand how Star Wars can keep going because that's a universe. That's an expansive universe. Right. Like you can continue that. But Indiana Jones,
one guy
he's one guy,
he's
and
one
also.
Guy.
As I've said before, he's 6,000 years old. Let him retire and die in peace.
Well, I don't know, man. I mean, Clint Eastwood's still making movies, but he doesn't do all those crazy stunts anymore.
Well, Clint Eastwood should also probably retire.
He just walks around and gets in and out of trucks now.
Yeah, he does.
That's easy. It's easy
Man,
work.
He's just a walking wrinkle at this point.
But his movies are good, though, man. You know, like his movies are, yeah.
I haven't seen his most read the El Macho.
Cry Macho.
Or Cry Macho. I haven't seen that one.
I think it's gonna be one that's gonna make me cry. That's why I haven't been watching it, man.
Yeah. I mean, it looks fun. It looks good. It looks like a Clint Eastwood movie.
But yeah, hopefully they take this year off and remake the story and do something else with it, man.
Please. Because if that's true, that's horrendous.
I would just like to see him and his son, dude. That's what I'd like to see. Maybe not Shia LaBeouf, replace him with somebody else, but him and have him play Sean Connery.
Yeah.
And have his son be Indiana Jones. You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense.
You know, he's in his wheelchair with his umbrella and his hat, and he's like, "Son, you don't know what you're doing." Like, you know, like
yeah.
I would be down for something like that, like a reverse role of The Last Crusade.
Definitely. And here's what I'm kind of realizing. If they do the time plot thing, they're also erasing Sean Connery's character, who just recently died. He's the legendary Sean Connery, and you're erasing his character. You monster.
The dog's name was Indiana. I love that dog.
I have a lot of fond memories of that dog.
Yeah. So, yeah, but that was one thing I wanted to talk about right quick. So,
Who's Saul? Who's the big Arab guy with the beard who's Indiana Jones' friend?
That's, damn it, it's Gimli from Lord of the Rings.
Right.
I forgot his name.
I knew it was Gimli. I actually just last year figured that was Gimli.
Really?
Like, I didn't even know.
Yeah,
I never knew.
When I found that, I was like, what the hell? That's
like,
Gimli?
That's awesome.
Yeah. He plays an awesome, man. That was.
Oh, he's so awesome.
Yeah.
When he's like punting, it's like, he's like, in The Last Crusade, he's like showing these Nazis their papers, like, run, run.
Yeah.
So awesome. Love that guy. Okay.
So.
I'm not. Don't delay it. Cancel it. It's like stupid.
Oh, okay. Don't delay it. Cancel it.
Yeah.
I say delay it and try to make it better, man. I mean, Disney's gonna do it regardless. They're gonna try to make it. So try to make it better, man. Try to come up with a really good story to make up for the last story. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think we all thought that with the Star Wars movies, and then we got Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker.
Oh God.
Thanks, Kathleen Kennedy. You're great.
You. I remember being at the theater, like watching the crawl, and like the Emperor is back. Like, oh, like that's it. Like, oh, okay, so there's all the mystery going on of the freaking movie. I was just
he got thrown down the Death Star, exploded, and then the Death Star exploded, and the explanation of his return is the dead
final order.
We don't even know if he's a clone or if he's a zombie or if he's I don't. No one knows what he is. What is he? He's a scrotum floating in space.
I could just remember seeing him like, what the fuck? Like really loud.
Some guy in the audience like, all right.
You were sitting right next to me. Remember there? I was like,
yeah.
What the fuck is this shit? I was
like, that's the first line. What are we doing?
But you say don't do another indie. I say try to make it better.
No, y'all should stop right now.
Okay.
You should. Harrison Ford should just go on eternal retirement. He probably does too. He's old and sad.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in. That's the show. Thank you for our 134 subscribers. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. And the Cowboys did not play this week, so I'm going to say the Dallas Cowboys.
Off week.
Whoa. Bye week, but they will be playing Sunday Night Football on Sunday. Yeah.
Yay. All right, that is going to be it for the 35th. I forgot what episode we're on. We're at one of the
A lot of episodes
of the Zilla Boys podcast. If you want to subscribe to our YouTube channel, check us out. Check us out on YouTube. Subscribe to that. If you want to check us
on Spotify, listen to us.
Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, other places where you can get podcasts.
See, if you can't watch us and you listen to us, we add a lot of fart jokes to our Spotify. recordings. No, I'm joking. We don't. Yeah. We should. That'd be kind of funny though.
It's false marketing. They're gonna get on there like, I saw none of that crap.
She'd be like blah 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 blah. Talk.
Yeah.
And just had no. Just a.
The sound is great quality on Spotify. You get to see all of our smokies.
All right. Well,
all right. Thanks, guys.
Roll those credits, man. Thank you, guys.